It's Morphin Time!
What's happening, everybody? Welcome to our Thursday edition of Nap Reacts. I am Justin, aka the Tyrannoranger, alongside Lewis, also known as the Pink Ranger, and Yadi, otherwise known as Mega Silver.
What you call him? Mega.
We have another incredible episode for you this week as we are checking out Super Sentai Henshin and Rollcall Part 3 by AK Ranger.
Three. But if you do 3, it's 6. 6 to be like
that. And if you double it up and flip one upside down, it becomes nice.
It's upside down now. I am unmedicated right now.
It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, we're actually gonna skip a lot of the preamble, and we're gonna pretty much just go straight into it. This week's episode is going to cover, I forget.
Your eyes.
Oh yeah. I keep forgetting to do that.
It just keeps going cross-eyed.
Yeah. This week's episode covers the season that became Lightspeed Rescue, and then that will go to I forget which season. So
let's make it happen.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what we're gonna do. But before we do that, we're gonna pass it over to intern Steve for our preamble.
Hey there, nerds! Intern Steve here. Before we get into this week's video, as always, since we cannot monetize these reactions, direct support, while not required, is greatly appreciated. Head on over to patreon.com/thenerdarchive. For as little as $1 a month after a 7-day free trial, you get access to all sorts of cool perks, starting with access to our special hidden section on Discord called Sector Zero, where some of our Patreon rewards are fulfilled. $5 a month gets you 1 week early access to all of our recorded content, including Nap Reacts. Also, new perks, tiers, and merch are always being considered, so head over and check it out. See what's on offer, and lend your support if you wish. As always, links to the original videos will be in the description below. So pause this, head on over, and give them a watch, and a like if you haven't already, then come back and do the same for us.
Thank you, Steve. And with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get into the action and make it happen.
Cabrón. ¡Góyalo!
人の命は地球の未来オイルレスキュー魂救急戦隊ゴーファイ出場コルモアテイカー今度こそ仕留めてやる
All right. That was called Kyukyu Sentai GoGo Five from 1999 using an emergency service motif. GoGo Five is the first series since Jetman to only feature 5 heroes. So the the Titanium Ranger was an American exclusive. It was never in the American production. Additional heroes appear in one of its V Cinema productions, which you saw at the end there. So it was just that movie that it had. Much like Five Man, the series protagonists were all siblings. The series was adapted in 2000 as Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue, which is the first series to have an exclusive Ranger, the Titanium Ranger, which previously mentioned.
I thought
Go ahead.
I thought the first suit was gonna have like a the kind of like the gray mouth guard that they had in the Mighty Morphing. They showed it and then it was all enclosed, which was interesting.
Oh yeah.
I'm assuming that the last one that they showed with the heels, they probably didn't have it in the American version because you can actually see her face.
Oh yeah. To be honest, I'm surprised that they didn't use that suit. I mean, granted, it only appeared in the V Cinema movie for this particular season, but I mean, they could have gotten it from Toei and used it as their sixth hero rather than coming up with the Titanium Ranger. Because honestly, concept, I mean, their own exclusive Ranger is kind of cool. But I mean, the look just didn't really, it didn't work. At least not for me, anyway.
I don't remember how he looked like. You said Lightspeed?
Yeah, it was Lightspeed Rescue, and but yeah, it's all good because I'll put it it up on the screen for everyone's benefit and
That's
what
fine.
have you. So
I just want to see it. Oh, I remember it. Cool.
yeah.
Had a V in the face.
Yep. All right, moving on.
Moving on.
Yep.
So anyway,
All right. That was Mirai Sentai Timeranger from 2000, featuring a time travel motif. 4 of the 5 main heroes are police officers from the year 3000. This series features the first additional hero whose costume was the same color as one of the original heroes, and would also be adapted to the first Power Rangers series of the 21st century, Power Rangers Time Force.
yeah, I was about to say there's 2 reds.
Yeah. Which is funny because I thought that was weird. But also, I figured it was in the future because of what they were wearing before they were turning into Rangers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, are they dressed like that normally?
Usually just before they transformed. I heard a lot of people say that like it looks like they're wearing pajamas, like skin tight pajamas.
Yeah.
Seems
Not great.
It seems rather odd. Yeah. It seems kind of an odd choice, but then again, we're looking at 2000s. They're approximate of what would be the year 3000, what people would wear,
Right.
I suppose.
I like how their helmets are like their eye, I guess a glass where they look through is actually the color of their suit instead of the other way, because you can see the normal looking like eyeglasses on the top, and then that one is painted, which was interesting.
And then the mouth area, it's just like what you were talking about in the previous one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. They do reuse that in several different seasons. So like what we saw in Mighty Morphin and then Lost Galaxy, and then with this being Time Force or Timeranger as it is.
Right.
All right. And moving on.
顔イエロー怒涛のサメガンブルー鋼の猛牛ガンブラ
ウルラシノベッコガンホワイト
鮮烈の銀狼ガンシルバー命あるところ正義の雄たけびあり百獣戦隊
That was Hyakuju Sentai Gaoranger from 2001 using an animal motif and was the first series to utilize multiple possible mecha combinations from a planned total of 100 mech. Only 22 were utilized in the series run. It also began the tradition of a film adaptation as a double bill with that year's Kamen Rider series film, the first individual film since O-Ranger, not counting GoGoFive. Gaoranger also served as the 25th anniversary series featuring Gaoranger vs. Super Sentai crossover V-Cinema release. And Gaoranger was adapted into Power Rangers Wild Force the following year, which marked Power Rangers' 10th anniversary as well as the first series to be produced by Disney.
This is when it started.
Yep.
It's weird because wasn't the blue one a shark?
Yep.
But he still had a claw.
Yeah, it's very weird that they went with that, but
because the other ones look like they're cats.
Mhm.
Except for that one looks like a shark.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Claws.
and wolf.
oh yeah. Well, I mean, some of the transformations in the episodes will use the claws and some of them won't. So it's just like they kind of go back and forth. Like every so often you'll see them, and then some episodes you won't.
So you get in the water and you see a shark, and all of a sudden you hear "rawr." It's weird.
Would you be worried about that? Because I mean,
I'd be worried if I have a shark in front of me, regardless of what the sound is.
yeah, true enough. What do you think, Yadi?
Yeah, I mean, it reminded me of some. I remember the costumes. Now, I didn't watch that season or that whole season and whatnot, but I did remember them. That was in the phase when I was like already like Power Rangers are for kids, you know, like.
I get you there. We got to the point where we started kind of growing out of it and moving
And
on
I
to other
regret
things.
it.
Well, I didn't necessarily regret it, but going back to watch some of the seasons, I'm like, okay, this is kind of cool. But but then it was like right up until what was it, Dino Thunder, and
Right.
that's with Tommy's return, and that what kind of drew me back in briefly.
Right. Well, there was a
Gotcha.
age gap that I stopped liking nerdy things, and I just focus on sports, and I regret doing that. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that too.
Like
All right,
wrestling. I stopped watching wrestling, and I'm like, oh, why?
Yeah, I did that as well on a couple of occasions.
But
All right,
moving
well,
on. Right.
yeah, enough with this. There you go. I like your attitude, sir. Because enough with this. Enough with the negativity. Moving on.
行くぞおう忍風忍びチェンジ
Oh, I like it so far.
風がなき空がいか空にハリケーンレッド
水が舞い波が踊る水にハリケーンブルー
大地が震え花が歌う
I like how they emphasize that towel floating.
人も知らず
世も知らず
影となり手悪を打つ忍風戦隊ハリケーンジャーアッサンジャー信頼忍びチェンジ
This is like a more powerful one. It should be.
In their initial appearance.
騎馬人クワガライジャー影に向かえて影を切る光に向かえて光を切る
Something about karaoke.
ゴーライジャー 天空忍びチェンジ
The Green Goblin.
I am 忍者オブ忍者何緑の光弾天空忍者手裏剣ジャー
That was Ninpu Sentai Hurricaneger from 2002 using a ninjutsu motif with elemental powers taking elements from Gaoranger as well as Live Man. Hurricaneger features the rival Gaoranger team with insect-themed powers and free agent Hurricaneger and a series of smaller mecha that served as weapons for the team's robots. The series was adapted to Power Rangers Ninja Storm, the first Power Rangers series made in New Zealand instead of California. 10 years later, a return movie was released that reunited the Hurricanegers, Gaorangers, and a new Shurikenger. Fun fact, the character Shurikenger, actually, there's no set person that plays him. He's like a different, he'll show up as a different person every time, basically like a disguise. So no one really knows what he actually looks like. So somebody will wander in out of nowhere, you won't even know who the hell it is, and all of a sudden he'll transform into Shurikenger.
Nice. I do like those two that were in like lightning and the shadows, and the red one looked sick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those were cool. Like it reminded me of the Green Ranger, but also yes, I was thinking of the ninja ones, which it is.
And I also did Ninpu earlier. Also.
And and oddly enough, it always seems to happen at the worst possible time, to the point where we have to just give you all kinds of grief about it, and then we'll send you the meme. Faster, you will poop.
It doesn't make it any go faster.
No, I know, but it's fun to give you grief. And
Yeah, of course. You give me shit about it. I get it.
of course. We give you shit
Ninpu.
while you take a shit.
Ninpu. It's fine.
Yeah.
Arrar.
All right. Moving on.
So flashy.
A little bit.
Whoa. Got a bit deformed. That's a cool
That was
one.
fast.
Yeah.
I like that one.
元気拡大アバレット
Amaretto.
I like to drink amaretto.
アバレンヤ
I think they like it too.
敵の野人魂アバレンブラックときめきの白アレキラアレブルダイナマイ
See, this I remember as well
Oh yeah.
for some reason.
Oh
その気で躍進アバレン
Can't forget the pink.
yeah.
Wait. With that pink, it was just a fan that was trying to be a ranger.
Pretty much. Pretty
Okay.
much.
That's
Well,
Yeah.
before I go into it, fun fact, it was actually, she was actually obsessed with the Blue Ranger, but
okay.
she was also obsessed with being a ranger herself. And so she created her own suit to kind of emulate them.
That makes sense.
Oh, yeah. And then that suit actually shows up, that specific suit actually shows up again in the pirate one later on down the line. But we won't see that in this video, unfortunately. But I can probably find a video of it that we can add into it at the end of the next part. So,
Gotcha.
Perfect.
all right. So that, getting back to it, was Bakuryu Sentai Abaranger from 2003 using a motif of extinct animals as with Gaoranger, but the first completely made of dinosaurs. This is the first series to present an alternate transformation for one of its members, Abared, into Abare Max. I think it was, I think they called it the Battleizer or something like that. I think it was actually the first time that Sentai used Battleizer or something resembling that. And a Soul Evil Warrior, Abare Killer. The series was adapted in 2004 into Power Rangers Dino Thunder, which brought Tommy Oliver back as a regular character and ranger.
Very nice.
Was he the White Ranger
Tommy?
on this one?
No, Tommy was the Black Ranger on this one.
Okay. Well, I'm just I'm just asking because the White Ranger looked like, hey, you can copy off my test. Make sure that you put your name on it, and you still put the same name on it.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're talking about the shield being similar in look. No, I get it. Because I said the same thing when I first. Yeah. No. Well, that's the thing. I said the same thing with when I first saw the shield for the White Dino Ranger when I first saw Dino Thunder, and I'm like, did they just like repurpose the Green Ranger's shield into this? But it turns out no, because they still have fresh copies of the Green Ranger's shield that they have, and they do actually bring back, I think, in later seasons. I think the pirate one actually, which is their 35th anniversary. So.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah. There's a lot to go on. There's a lot to go over for that specific series, but I think that's probably part 4. So, what are your thoughts? Anything else?
Like when we started watching this, I didn't know there was so many and how far back it went.
Oh yeah.
So it's very cool to see the evolution of it too.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Getting to see those ones that you recognize like right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
And then realizing, oh, they had these like a year before we got them, because obviously they had to do the stock footage and all the action scenes and all that stuff, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on.
Emergency! Dekaranger! Face on! Stop! 異様な悪事を憎い Stop! 不思議な地形を追って3つ未来の科学だ操作
4つよからぬ宇宙の悪を5つ一気にスピード退治
6つ敵がなんかいい
I like that V1. I just noticed that.
Oh yeah.
デカグリー
デカイエローデカピンク
デカブレイク発動センターデカイエローこれ以上の悪事は許さんエマージェンシーデカマスター百鬼夜行をぶった切る地獄の番犬デカマスター
エマージェンシーデカスロー
コールを受けたデカベースから形状記憶宇宙金属デカメタルが放射されスワンの体に定着しデカスーツとなるのだ
フェイスオン走る癒しのエソワードデカスワン
エマージェンシーはっ
フェイスオン並みいる悪を白日のもと暴き出す光の刑事
So
デ
many.
カブライト
Oh yeah.
エマージェンシー
Oh my god. It's not even done.
デカレンジャー
Was this okay? Was that something that they kind of updated? So they had done it before, and then they make a newer one of this. It seems familiar, but
SPD.
Yeah, this was Power Rangers SPD, but like there's the one at the end they never used because that was from a movie that they never got the suit for.
gotcha.
All right, so real quick, that was Tokuso Sentai Dekaranger from 2004, using a police/detective motif, taking elements from Denji Man, Bioman, and Car Ranger, with its heroes fighting extraterrestrial criminals. The series features the first semi-regular 7th hero, Deka Master, and 3 additional heroines who appear once each throughout the series: Deka Swan from episode 36, Deka Bright from episode 40, and Deka Gold from the movie Full Blast Action. series started the tradition of the passing the torch segment after the ending credits of the series finale. The Red Warrior from the series that just ended interacts with the Red Warrior from the upcoming series. Decaranger's American adaptation was Power Rangers SPD. With over 10 good Rangers, Dekaranger was the largest Sentai team until 9 years later.
That was a lot to unpack.
Oh, yeah. So,
And they're the OGs of after credit scenes.
oh, yeah. That's what started it. And fun fact, actually, because they don't mention this here, but the character Deca Swan, according to canon, can only use her powers once every 4 years.
Jeepers Creepers, got it.
Yeah. And then, of course, another fun fact.
You had that on cue. That's weird.
I'm surprised. Wait, didn't we play that once before? How long ago was that, though? I don't.
We were
recall
talking about
offhand.
horror movies.
Yeah. Yes. I remember. I still
It's
don't
the
recall
cue was
offhand.
so quick.
Oh yeah.
I had it.
It was impressive.
Let's see. Oh yeah. The characters Deca Break and Deca Bright in this series actually had actors, but in the Deca Bright wasn't used in SPD as far as I'm aware. Comments will probably correct me if I'm wrong, but Deca Break actually didn't have an actor at all because Disney, wanting to save money, and they were already nearing the top of their budget that they had put forth for this series, decided we're not going to have a suit actor, and they didn't until like the very last appearance that Ranger did because they made it so he was from the future. And traveling back in the past kind of screwed him up, and so he appears as a ball of light until he's transformed, and that's the only time he has a somewhat human form.
Do you remember the show Ghost Rider? It was like back when we were younger, and it
El
was
Fantasma Escritor.
See, but there was a English version, and it was called the Ghost Rider, not Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider.
I thought that's what you meant, Ghost Writer, because
Writer.
I know of the show you're talking about. I don't think I ever saw it though.
So the ghost was a ball of light, and all they did was solve mysteries.
Interesting.
Yeah, so you said ball of light and just reminded me of that.
Apes. Flip it.
Mahou Henshin Magiranger.
Whoa.
Yep.
He is definitely not a teenager. Elsa.
氷のエレメント白の魔法使いマジマザ
なる第一のエレメント緑の魔法使いマジック
The Rock.
吹きゆく風のエレメント桃色の魔法使いマジピンクたゆたう水のエレメント
Cape is a little sad.
マジブル
走る三日月エレメント
I didn't realize there were some short.
マジエロ燃える炎のエレメント赤の魔法使いマジナット勇気の絆が未来を開く我ら魔法家族
So I didn't hear what you were saying towards the end of that.
Yadi?
The capes were so short. It's like they watched the movie Incredibles and then they decided to just have it shorter because they were gonna get stuck.
Yeah.
It was annoying.
It looked like a bull, whatever, like in Spain. Ole thing.
The whole time it looked like they were like doing poses, but I think they were just trying to get the cape off of them.
Yeah. All right. So that was Mahou Sentai Magiranger from 2005 using a magic motif with mecha that are the heroes transformed. As with Five Man and GoGoFive, Magiranger features an entire family of heroes. The core of the team are all brothers and sisters, as in Five Man and GoGoFive. The sixth hero, the very first gold hero, actually marries one of the core team members, the blue one. And the rarely used seventh and eighth heroes are the parents to the core team. The series was adapted into Power Rangers Mystic Force in 2006.
Nice. Other than the cape, I have nothing else about it. The father's suit looked nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, very different.
Looked like a knight. And then I think the blue one the mask looked like the Rock's like tattoo. The bull.
Oh, you mean the green one?
The green one, yeah. I'm colorblind.
Oh, that's news to me.
To me too.
I was going to say, are you sure you're not? I was about to say, are you sure you're not drunk?
I wish.
Well, is what it is. We the best podcast.
Oh, man.
Yep. Had to do it. As soon as I made mention of drinking, that phrase popped into my head.
Round 2 coming up.
Move it on.
Yep. Moving on.
行くぞレディーゴーゴーチェンジャースタートアップ熱き冒険者冒険レッド早き冒険者冒険ブラック
Ole, you see?
Yeah.
強き冒険者冒険ゲロ深き冒険者冒険ピンク
淡いき冒険者冒険シルバースモー果てなき冒険スピリッツゴーゴー戦隊
Oh.
スーパー戦隊
Triple X.
アカレッド赤の魂を受け継ぐ者
Wait, what?
アカレッド
All the Red Ranger's powers or something like that?
Absolutely. So, real quick, this is GoGo Sentai Boukenger from 2006 using an adventure and treasure hunting motif. Is the first series to be filmed in 720p, and as the 30th anniversary series, it included what they call the 30 Sentai Encyclopedia featurettes at the end of each episode, and the Boukenger vs. Super Sentai V Cinema release. The film also introduced Aka Red, the spirit of the Super Sentai Red Warriors. Unlike previous series, Boukenger featured multiple groups of loosely allied antagonists instead of the usual one overarching antagonist group. This was adapted into Operation Overdrive, which, like Wild Force, also coincided with its parent Sentai as a milestone anniversary. Operation Overdrive being the Power Rangers' 15th anniversary. So, yes, you were correct in the Aka Red was actually able to utilize and transform into any of the Red Warriors that he wanted to.
Gotcha.
That's cool.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah. So what do you think?
That's cool.
Mm.
No, I think that the fact that he can turn into all the Red Rangers, that was pretty cool. I didn't see the Red Ranger Red Mighty Morphin Power Ranger.
Oh yeah. Well, I think when he did his thing, he was just using the ones from Wild Force to Mystic Force, and that was pretty much it. Because I don't think they wanted his intro to be too long.
Like 3 episodes long.
Yeah, right. He's spinning, and he goes through each Red Ranger from 1975 all the way to
By the
all the
time
way
he's
to
done,
2005.
The villain's like,
I could
can we just
kill me and get it over
Yeah.
with. I'm bored. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's crazy. I don't know. I wasn't as big on this particular series as I was with some of the other ones, and even its Power Rangers adaptation. It didn't really stick with me.
right.
What was it? The Boukenger versus Super Sentai movie was actually pretty neat because it brought back several previous characters from older Super Sentai. I think like the last 5 or 6 seasons for that, when they did, because usually when they do like the crossover from the previous season, they'll do both roll calls for both teams, which is super cool. Seeing the old team come back and, do that one more time, but then seeing like some of the older ones kind of form a loose knit group at the end of it was really cool. Moving on.
響け獣の叫びビーストオン
Flight.
研ぎ澄ませ獣の刃ビーストオン外装体にみなぎる無限の力アンブレイカブルボディ激変だ
日々これ精進ここも磨くオネストハート激イエロ
技が彩る大輪の花ファンタスティックテクニック激ブル刺激俺流我が意を尽くすアイアンウィル激バイオレット才を磨いて己の未来を切り開く
Oh, I like that one.
アメイジングアビリティ激ショッパー武きこと獅子のごとく強きことまた獅子のごとく我が名は黒獅子リオ
リオ様の愛のために生きリオ様の愛のために戦うラブウォリアー臨終カメレオン剣使いのネレ
燃え立つ劇は正義の証中堅戦隊激レンジャー
And that was the last one for this episode. That was Juken Sentai Gekiranger from 2007, using a Chinese martial arts, eventually incorporating Muay Thai and Karate as in its additional warriors. That theme with a wild animal motif instead of robots. The mecha of the Gekiranger are manifestations of the hero's ki. Gekiranger is also unique in that the story is also focused on the show's 2 primary antagonists turned anti-heroes and introduced the first new colored hero, Violet, in 10 years. It was adapted into Power Rangers Jungle Fury in 2008.
Yeah, I was about to ask if that's the first time there was a purple one.
Oh, yeah. What I thought it was weird, though, because Power Rangers Jungle Fury, I mean, overall, that series was kind of shit, in my opinion, compared to the Sentai version. But it's like they never used the actual, like, they never stated the actual color of the Ranger. Because I think it was Jungle Fury that started using like roll call elements for Power Rangers. And I mean, it kind of campy and over the top in its own way, but it was just like, it was like Jungle Fury, Wolf Ranger. And I'm like, seriously? You can't call it violet or purple? Well, I understand not calling it violet, but come on, purple. You can call it purple. And then, of course, they're calling it Rhino Ranger instead of Geki Chopper, which I get, because
Yeah.
the other thing I don't understand is them changing the transformation device from Super Sentai, which was the gloves, and they changed it to sunglasses, which for the initial 3, which I thought was like incredibly dumb, but
It's Disney.
yeah, pretty much.
Summarizes right there. I was gonna say sums it up and then rises. I don't know. The point is, one thing that I forgot to mention in the one previous, and I guess just goes to all of them, is anytime that they use a over the top suit, like either a robot or even the violet one, it completely derails it for me. I'm like, no. It's like in anime, if somebody is overgrown, I don't like it. Like, for example, the Dragon Ball superhero movie, seeing Cell Max being huge, it that's the only thing I didn't like about the movie. I'm like, okay.
So getting back to that, I mean, that basically is like a common thing with the Red Ribbon Army as opposed to just Dr. Gero. So Dr. Gero, when he creates androids, his are more sleek and refined and what have you. Whereas Red Ribbon Army, it's everything just has to be big.
No, and that makes sense. It's just any anime that does a overgrown character, I am done. I don't like it. It throws off to me the aesthetics of everything. I
get it. For you, like there are very few times where it actually makes sense.
Like
so,
the Great Ape makes sense. They transform into that, but then they go back to normal.
Oh yeah.
If the characters itself, one of them would have been a Great Ape from the get-go, to me it would have been, I don't think I would have watched Dragon Ball at all if that was the case.
No, but like I said, that's completely fair. It has to make sense within the context of the series and the characters that you're writing and all that. So, yeah, I think Dragon Ball in that sense did it quite well. Yeah. And then Dragon Ball Z obviously just built on that.
Right. And then going back to Power Rangers and stuff, when I see a character that's like that, like a robot or something like that, I'm like, it looks bulky. I don't like it. Because everything else is so sleek. But I digress. Arar.
Yadi, what else you got?
Pretty much it. I mean, I forgot what we just watched, so.
I did too. I just wanted to say that.
It was like a lot of them.
The violet one.
There you go. It was nice to see it, a different color.
Oh yeah. You'll see a few of those in later series down the road. They'll use colors that it's like, okay, wasn't expecting that. Yeah, I think in future series they do use orange a couple of times for like recurring heroes, not like the Dekaranger one where it only used once in a movie and that was it.
Right.
Or wait, was that even
No, it was the karate one. You mean like it was like a white and orange? That's not the one. Never mind.
No. The police one that came after Dino Thunder.
Like 10 of them.
Yeah. Where like I don't know if it was just like the quality of the video or something like that, or if it was my monitor, but it's like it's hard to tell if it was orange or kind of like a darker yellow, something like that, almost bordering on gold.
Yeah.
I don't remember. There were so many of them.
Oh yeah. Well, that's part of why I wanted to change the format of these particular episodes and giving us a chance to like discuss what we see between transformations instead of watching the whole thing and then just trying to remember key moments.
Right.
Is that-
No, I appreciate you doing that because my ADHD would have, you would have lost me at the, I would have remembered the last one you showed me.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Mighty Morphin. That's it.
Hell, that the previous episode, that's pretty much all we probably would have talked about is just the characters from
It's
Mighty Morphin.
Morphin Time!
And on that note, that'll just about do it for this week's episode of Nap Reacts. We hope you enjoyed this bit of content as much as we did bringing it to you. If you did, smack that like button or punch it as hard as you can, and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Yeah, like that, with conviction. There you go. Monday on Nap Reacts, we'll be checking out Dragon Ball Z Abridged episodes 17 and 18 by Team 4 Star, so do look forward to that. Follow us on all of our social platforms through the links in the description. The Linktree is your one-stop shop for everywhere we operate, including our Patreon, as well as our Discord community, which you will thoroughly enjoy. It is absolutely free to join, so stop by, shoot the breeze, play some games, and hang out with the nerds just like you. Boil it all down, what can they do, Yadi?
Click all the things.
Goddamn right. You heard Barry White right there. Click all the things and join our incredible community. We look forward to seeing you there. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get the hell out of here for Yadi and I almost called myself. For Yadi and Lewis, this is Justin. Thanks again for watching Nap Reacts, and we will see you in the next episode. Bye!
Arr.
Yeah.